This guy was reported by his fellow employees. Omar Mateen was reported by his fellow employees who thought he was so radical that he was a danger. The FBI interviewed him twice in 2013, I say again in 2014. Robert Spencer, you're director of Jihad Watch. You're out of Boston. Also joining me, Peter Brooks, former CIA analyst and former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense, and Mike Baker, former CIA covert ops officer. Robert, what about the fact that this killer, this savage, invoked the Tsarnaev brothers in Boston and the Boston Marathon bombing? What does that say to you?
Well, it's clear that he meant to emulate them, that he meant to carry out a jihad attack that would terrorize Americans in accord with the Quran's command to strike terror in the hearts of the enemies of Allah and to fulfill Muhammad's command to kill gays. And so he was acting clearly trying to emulate the Tsarnaev brothers. He was a regular attendee at the mosque. He was on terror watch list. He dropped off the terror watch list because the fact is there are just too many people like him to keep track of all of them. And that's exactly what the Islamic State or ISIS wants to bring about. They hope to have so many jihad attacks and so many jihad plots that the system will be overwhelmed and collapse. But what there needs to be in order to forestall that is an honest examination, an investigation of what is taught in the Islamic Center of Fort Pierce, where he regularly attended and was last there just 2 days ago. Has anybody even cared to look into whether he could have learned his understanding of Islam, learned about Muhammad's command to kill gays from that Islamic center?
I got it there. Very well said, Robert Spencer. The hope is it never happens again. Let's go back to my three wise men. Robert Spencer, director of Jihad Watch. Peter Brooks, former CIA analyst. Mike Baker, former CIA covert ops, president of Diligence LLC. Robert Spencer, give us your last thoughts, your most important thoughts.
Let's remember it's also Ramadan, and that Ramadan is a time when Muslims increase their devotion to Allah. Jihad in the Quran is taught as a meritorious act that increases one's devotion to Allah, and it involves waging war against
I got it, Robert.
unbelievers.
I'm sorry, I'm up against the hard break. I'll be right back.